Well, evening guys, feel free to chat. I thought I'd do this because survival and bushcraft doesn't have the luxury of live, or nobody seems to be using it. So it's a test tonight, guys. I thought I'd just do a test to see what's happening. And we're going to have a look at the Lost Ways, or inside the Lost Ways manual, which is a great one. I've been out on a fishing trip this afternoon and I haven't warmed up yet. I'm just a bit on the chilly side. But welcome the 2 viewers that's watching so far. And I am just doing this, as I said, as an experiment. So anyway, I'm going to get up the Lost Ways and we're just going to have a look inside it and see what it's all about. It's a book I have continually put out. Hang on. There we go. And I'm going to have a look in it and see what it's all about. I can't see who's on here now, so I'm blind. I'm flying blind and I can't see the comments until they start coming up here. So do come up at the top. So do feel free to comment. I'm going to have a look at the Lost Ways, and it's a book I bought and I feel I can do this. So, but I think we're page 143. We start on the Lost Ways and we're looking at some plants that we should know about if we're survivalists and preppers and bushcrafters. But perennial herbs harvest spring, fall and winter. And the first one is chicory. You know, I think it's a well-known herb. We do know about it. There's plenty in it. But if we look at chicory, or Harry's rose, sorry. Hang on. These young plants can be eaten raw in a salad, as can the pale leaf crown all year round. As they get older, the leaves become bitter, so they may have a change the water. If you collect them into a late spring, by summer, older growth is inedible. So stick with the new growth for salads. Chicory plants yield through roots and go deep into the soil. If you have a soft soil, this isn't a problem. But if you live in an area that's mostly clay, you should wait until after a good rain to try and harvest the roots. After roasting the roots, you'll need to grind them and leave them coarse like coffee instead of grinding them to powder. And then the next one is cleavers. And that's a popular one, guys, isn't it? This fire behind me is warming me up. Just this man's a mad survivalist. No, I'm just a madman, you know. But feel free to join in wherever you are. I hope I'm on the right channel, guys. But as I say, cleavers. Let's have a look. Annual herb, harvest in the spring and summer. Cleavers grow everywhere, especially in most moist, rich soil. Harvest the young tender greens early in the season. You can steam these or boil them in a little water. These go nice in cooked salad with asparagus and or potatoes. Serve with vinegar or mayonnaise based dressing. That's easy enough to do, isn't it? The fruits can be gathered in the summer, roast, coarse grind them and use them like coffee. They don't taste like coffee, but they make a nice beverage, especially with honey. So great stuff, you know. Dandelion, a lot of us know about dandelion. We should do. It's so readily available if the shit hits the fan, isn't it? So who knows? I'll do this. If guys want this, I'll do this. As I said, I can't see the comments because I've only got 2 screens. Annual or biannual herb, harvest spring, fall and winter. The bane of green lawn enthusiasts, the dandelion photograph might be the most well-known of wild edibles, and it is, and it's fully edible. Leaves, flowers and the roots as a ground up into a coffee, sun dried or oven dried or over a fire. You know, it's not a very nice coffee, by the way, but it's you know, if you were in a survival situation, then you would know about it. I don't know where the chat's gone. Let me have a look here. Hang on, bear with me. No chat, but never mind. Feel free to ask questions if you want, or advise each other. That's what this channel is about, you know. Bring it on. But anyway, the greens are in the spring, blah blah blah. In the season, dandelion greens are very bitter, closer to summer. Use the whole plant, including the flowers, in the fall, winter and very early spring. Dig up the roots, including the leaf crown and new leaves, if any. New leaves are the best, guys, by the way. And I know we tend to avoid plants with a sap inside it, but not the dandelion. It's fine. It can be used as a bit of as a diuretic is the word. It can sort of loosen you up a bit if you're a bit constipated. Boil these in water for 20 minutes, changing the water halfway through. Dandelion flowers are favoured to dip in batter and fry, and they're not very good actually. If you are looking for a sweet treat, try these with honey or maple syrup. Well, you're not really going to get that. You might get the honey if you push your arm in a survival situation, but not very good. Syrup. And looking for the savoury snack, these are also excellent with garlic. It's better with garlic salt if you happen to have, if you can dry out your wild garlic, your Ramsons, and crystallise them. It's better with that sort of thing. I've had them, you probably have. But what else we got? Henbit, not a familiar plant in the UK. I think it's an American plant, to be honest with you. Let me know if you've seen it, you guys out there, especially if you're in America. Annual herb, harvested in the spring. Henbit is one of those that hard to miss and easy to love. When we were small children, we used to pick the dainty little purple flowers to eat in the play yard as a sweet treat. Now I pick the whole plant as a yummy green. It doesn't look edible, does it? That's the first thing. You tend to go off with its hairiness. Henbit is one of the early spring bloomers, so it will also be one of the first herbs you identify each growing season. The shoots and young leaves make for a crisp and tender addition to a salad. The whole above ground plant can be used as a pot herb, so we can grow it on, which is good. We can start farming straight away, because survival is two types of survival: is escape and evasion, and settling in. Settling in means farming, so we can reintroduce these plants into our daily life and grow them for ourselves. We can become farmers. So that is a really deep-rooted situation, because we're always looking to get out of a situation rather than be the big drift from one to the other. You know, not many people these days could truly survive, and probably not me on a long-term basis. I'd probably go mentally ill. Harvested in the spring through late fall. Lady's thumb. Okay. Bee and henbits. Blah, 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 blah. These widespread weeds are a wonderful addition to your wildcraft table. You can find lady's thumb growing in shady, rich soils and wetlands, and once you learn to identify them, there are no poisonous lookalikes, and all Pelargonium species are edible. The whole plant leaves flowers and shoots. The whole plant leaves, flowers and shoots are edible when young and taste like lettuce, and as they age they get a little peppery. Use them fresh and raw, alone or with other greens. The flowers add colour and flavour. You can boil them as a pot herb or even stir fry them for a nice tender crisp vegetable. Well, okay, there's a good start, because, you know, again, when they say pot herb, we can start farming it, we can start regrowing it, we can settle in. We've got to survive maybe 2 years and before our farming abilities grow and we move on. But the secret is, you know, learn now in your back garden, start growing these things in your back garden or areas where you can grow them, so you can familiarise yourself with them and move on. Lamb's quarters. Some species are native to the US, others are naturalised from Europe. Lamb's quarter can be found in all corners of the country. See, some species grow up to 6 feet, but most stay less than 3 feet. And I don't think we've got a picture on the lamb's quarter. There it is. Now that's familiar, isn't it? We know that one. Stems are green and sometimes have a red streak. The leaves grow up to 4 inches long and are triangle. Now there is another name for this plant. in the UK, that is. Do you know it? If you know it, just leave me a comment and you'll be fine. Shape formed from rosette at the tip, and some species, the centre of the rosette has a reddish hue. More often it's a downy white. The identifying features of the lamb's quarters is its white powdery down that coats the underside of the leaves. It's really easy to identify, and there is another name, and I'm not going to tell you it. I want you to tell me it. You must know it. Come on, guys. Lamb's quarters often grow in small clusters near the same area every year, so once you identify it, you can harvest it identifably. Anyway, and there it is. There are species of Chenopodium that are mildly toxic, but these are hard to mix up as a toxic variety. It has a foul odour. So there you go. There you go. I got that wrong, really. There was no photograph at the beginning of that. But you know, there it is. Is it? Yeah. What I'm trying to get is that my reading, I will, if people want me to, you know, like this and view this, because I will go through my readings. I do a lot of reading on bushcraft survival and any book I can get my hand on to build my experiences, and we can build our experiences on a day-to-day basis. If you're out there, even in the office, we can look at the computer. Let me just get rid of that and bring back that. You know, we can get rid of it on a day-to-day basis and learn our crafts and our skills. But anyway, that's just a short one, just to see how live works for the survivalists and the bushcrafters out there, and see what happens. And I thought I'd just stick on. Mark Martin, hello. The chat isn't working for some reason. Should be coming up on the screen. How you doing, Mark? Oh, well with you. I'm glad to see the first comment, because this is a try. I use live a lot on other channels, and it gives people a chance to interact and talk about it, and we educate each other. So it's good to say the first comment on this. I will do this. I'll try and do this once a week with new information on the screen, but I'd really love to see the information come back from the commenters, and it's great to see at least Mark there. I don't know why the chat isn't working. It's great and helpful to see the chat working, because you guys out there know combinedly far more than I know, and no man is an island, not even this little island. But you know, it's good to have you on board, watching, and by all means fire away if you've got any questions. I'm not an expert, but as chat grows, we can have a bit of fun, because we do on the other channels. But anyway, that was a test, and it's good to see Mark Martin on, and hello Mark again for coming. I will do this. If you smash your notifications and your bell at the side, then you'll get a notification of when I come on, if you subscribe to the channel. So please do, and I will hopefully see you next week. So this is Pete on Survival saying, please don't forget to like, share, and above all else, subscribe.